Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 10, Episode 6, Read Between the Signs. I am super excited about recapping tonight's episode. I am loving this season, you guys. And it's not just my sweet, sweet Sutton. It's also my badass Denise. So let's just get right into it. Okay, episode 6 is opening up with Garcelle and a group of women who she describes to us in her confessional as her core group of friends, meaning to me, real friends and not housewife friends. Oh, this is juicy gossip. Okay, so one of her friends is the ex-wife of Will Smith, and Garcelle, she's talking about how she was devastated after her husband cheated on her and that these girls are her ride or dies. These are the ones who came, slept overnight at her house, picked her up when she was so down, and they were really there for her. And I guess they were asking how she felt about him, and she said, I could never hate the man who my children love. You know, the father of my kids. And this Cherie said, yeah, when Will and I split up, we were always bonded over Trey, their son. Then Garcelle said, I dated Will. And they're all kind of laughing about it. But it was actually before he was with Cherie, so I just love that you never know what Hollywood gossip you're going to get with Garcelle or Denise. I love it. Next, we are at Kyle's house. She's in the backyard playing with the dogs, and Erika calls her, and she said, you're the only person whose birth time I don't have for the astrologer. So apparently, this astrologer that Erika knows of is so good, and if he can't figure out these bitches, then we're going to have to dig up Nostradamus. Erika then brings up the night before and she's like, what did you think of Denise's behavior? I've never seen her that angry. Kyle's like, her anger was at me and I have no idea where they came from. Yeah, I can't imagine. Now we're at Denise's house and it's homecoming again. Sammy's going to homecoming, but this year she has a date. I think she had a date last year too, but Denise just didn't want to call it a date. And she went with a whole group of kids. But this is just an actual date with a boy that she really likes. So Denise has her hairstylist coming over to do some samples on her hair because I guess she wants it pink, but the last time Sammy did it herself, it turned out very like magenta and she doesn't want it that dark. Denise is struggling with raising teenagers. I mean, it's just hair. I'm not sure about the hair coloring now. Maybe the hairdresser is just there to correct the pink that wouldn't come out from before. Because she's doing like a test strand in the back where it's the darkest. And she said, oh, well, I got it to come up to like a baby pink. That's better. It wasn't better. I'm sorry. It looked like Pepto-Bismol. That wasn't a baby pink. A pale pink, that would be better. That would be pretty. This was, I'd rather the magenta personally, but hey, personal preference. All right, now we're cutting back to the phone call with Erika and Kyle, and they're just really kind of going in on Denise, I think. Erika is angry because she got a dressing down for talking about being in a throuple in front of her kids. Erika's like, we were at an adult table. I mean, the last time we went camping, she talked about a happy ending. Okay, there were no kids there. None. How does Erika not see that that's different? You weren't within earshot of each other's children. And you know, I hear what a lot of you guys are saying in the comments about how, oh, come on, she's led a wild life and she was married to Charlie Sheen. And I'm sure these kids have been exposed to a lot with him as their parent. And yeah, they probably have. But all Denise keeps telling us is that she has done everything within her power to shelter them. And I mean, I think that's all she can do. What is annoying me is that like now Kyle has jumped on it. I don't know, 1 minute she's sharing all these intimate details about her husband, and the next she's acting like she's Mother Teresa. You guys are both moms. What am I missing here? How do you guys not get that she could be raunchy? She could be however she wants with adult women and want to be different in front of her kids. That's not like, oh, which one is she? Which is the real Denise? Is it just me? They're both the real Denise. One of them is in front of her children. I've seen these women act cuckoo crazy, and I doubt they would want to do it in front of their kids when their kids are teenagers. Has Portia seen you like drunk and acting crazy? Oh, she probably has. Never mind. Okay, next we are at 3rd Street Dance Studio with Erika, and she is in rehearsals for Chicago. You know, she looks good. She appears to be picking up the choreography quickly, and then they stop to take a break, and he shows her a little video chat from the cast of Chicago saying, Erika, we can't wait to see you, and she gets all emotional and cries. It's sweet. I'm so sad for her that this got cut short because of the pandemic. All right, now we are at Lisa Rinna's house with Lisa and Harry Hamlin. For some reason, Harry is renting a Range Rover, and he said, I've never gotten the insurance on a rental car before, but I don't know if they're requiring it or if there's some reason why he has to get it. That wasn't made clear to me, at least. Now they're sitting and chatting about the girls and their busy lives, and he is doing a play with Stephanie Powers, and now he's home before they take it off Broadway, I guess. They're just talking about family stuff and how Lisa said that Harry and I are in therapy, the girls are in therapy, we're in therapy together as an entire family. So, yeah, they're just dealing with a lot of stuff. Okay, now we are at Buca di Beppo with Dorit and the CEO, Robert Earl. The CEO isn't exactly what I thought she had said before. I thought she said it was like the guy that started the whole chain. Anyway, I guess this guy and PK have been friends for 30 years and they're having a meeting now. So PK gets there and this Robert said, I told Dorit that there's one thing I'm concerned about. I need to know that you guys are fully committed to this and that it isn't just like something you think is going to be fun. You may want to look elsewhere, Robert. Can you see them fully committing to a Buca di Beppo restaurant? Anyway, Dorit's like, let me tell you this, Robert, and I think PK will agree with me. Whenever I do anything, I do it 110%. She tells us in her voiceover that, you know, she knows what she's good at. She's not going to be peeling tomatoes or greeting guests at the door. She is going to stick with creative design. That is her wheelhouse. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, guys, I believe it's not only just one Buca di Beppo, but it's also just one room in that Buca di Beppo that Dorit is decorating. So I hope she can handle it. And then PK said, so how is our other friend in the restaurant business doing? Does she know we're doing this? He's talking about Lisa Vanderpump, of course. And when he asked if she knew they were doing it, Robert said, I haven't spoken to her, no. PK, you know, maybe we could do a merger. Robert goes, you're not that popular. PK goes, oh, she loves me. Yeah, I'm not sure she does. Okay, now we are at Kyle's house and she's getting ready to go out. Mauricio is in the other room. He made himself a sandwich. I just think Mauricio's high this whole season. I can't wait to see if he's like, 15, 20 pounds heavier by the end. Yeah, he's a little bit of a high monster. I don't dislike it. Anyway, Kyle's getting ready to go to Erika's house for the astrology reading. And Sutton calls on the phone, asks her if she's almost ready, and they're going to ride over together because it's a bit of a drive, I guess. She's like, so how are you doing? And Sutton said, well, I lost my mind for a minute with what happened with Dorit. Sutton tells Kyle that she would like to talk to Dorit about it privately. I don't know if that means I'm going to pull her off to the side or I'm going to schedule a lunch or whatever, but Kyle said, well, if anybody is mean to you, just tell me because I'm going to kick their ass. See you later. Yeah, I would like to see Kyle kick someone's ass. Who do you guys think Kyle could take in this group? My guess is no one. You would think maybe she could take Dorit because Dorit seems a little precious to get in a fight. But I bet she's stronger than she looks. Erika, no way. I don't even think she would attempt it. Rinna, I think, is scrappy. I don't think she could take Rinna. Teddy. I mean, she couldn't take Teddy 9 months pregnant. I don't know if it holds much weight that Kyle offers to kick someone's ass for you. All right, Erika and Tom are checking the food and making sure everything's perfect for the little party tonight. Tom is in a suit with a little pocket square and everything, looking very dapper. Mauricio was just like sitting at home in a pair of shorts eating a sandwich. I don't think he had anywhere to go tonight. So I'm curious about who's invited to this. Is Tom the only husband because it's his house? Is Tom dressed nice because he has something else he needs to go and do? I have a lot of questions at this point. What is with the little pink coat dresses? Dorit, Garcelle, and Lisa Rinna all arrived together. I don't know if they were in a car together. We didn't see that, but they all kind of show up at the same time. Garcelle has got these purple thigh-high boots and this little, like a pink velvet jacket dress. Well, Erika, we saw earlier, has a little short pink jacket dress. I mean, it looks like a blazer, but it's kind of A-line and it's a little dress. Lisa Rinna is wearing the exact same one that Erika is wearing. Dorit's the only one who didn't get that memo because she is in like a little black pajama thing. So all the ladies are sitting down and everyone has a drink, and she just wanted them, before the astrologer got there, to get to meet Tom. So yeah, no other husbands but Tom. And they were talking about how lovely the home was. How long have you had it? He said 25 years. And Erika said, but your home is older than this one, isn't it? When was yours built, Kyle? She said 18 something. And it was built. There was a trolley that went from the Beverly Hills hotel to there, and they built it for John Wayne. And then Tom tells a story about how he went to school with John Wayne's brother, and I don't know where they were, but then John Wayne came, they were maybe at his house. John Wayne came over and was like, who is all this? And I mean, the girls are just like dying over listening to Tom tell a story. And Garcelle goes, you're a great storyteller. And Erika's like, I mean, do you get it now? Do you get it? And Garcelle goes, oh, I got it the minute I walked in the door. Oh, I love Tom. So Denise shows up and she's got an orchid and there's hugs and everything. And she was excited to meet Tom, I guess because you know how sweet he was with giving advice and everything. And she goes, I'm so happy to meet you. You are the only lawyer that I love. And anyway, she apologized for being late, but it was homecoming night and Sammy had a date and they wanted to meet the boy and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, and now Tom is heading out. Okay, and now Sean the astrologer is there. So she's having everyone go into the dining room, have a seat, and let the party get started. All right, so Erika's like, all right, Sean, you just get started with however you're in charge tonight. So they're sitting down and he said, oh, okay, who wants to go first? And Kyle said, well, why don't you start with Erika? And she goes, all right, I'll be the guinea pig, go ahead. And he said, I don't remember. I'm not going to remember what everybody's sign is or moon's rising and whatever. But all I know is that Erika is very emotional, but then there's this other part of her, Cancer, I think, that makes her logical so that if you ever want to get a point across to her, stick with the facts. There really wasn't more to it, and Erika's like, all right, who's next? Who's next? Like she wanted to get off of herself quickly, At least that's the way it seemed to me. And then Kyle and Dorit raised their hands to go next. So Kyle is next. Okay, Kyle is Capricorn with Libra and Leo rising, and she is all about practicality, fairness, but what will really get you worked up is when someone is being treated unfairly. I mean, who there at the table wouldn't get worked up if someone was being treated unfairly? Would it not bother you if someone was getting treated unfairly? I mean, okay, maybe not all of you. I know which ones don't care. No, I'm just saying, like, that's something that would bother anybody. Whatever. Kyle's like, yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's me. You got me to a T. So he goes to Denise next, and he goes, so Denise has a very intensely complicated chart. And everyone's like, oh. And Denise goes, that's not the first time I've heard that. He says, Aquarians are very friendly and open, but because of the Scorpion moon, you're also very loving. But the thing is that there is a side of you that is always going to be hidden. And everyone's like, oh. Can you tell I'm not like a huge believer in this kind of stuff? It just seems too generic. I don't know. So he said, anyway, so the one here who would have the most to reveal would be you, Rinna. Oh. He said that you're very trustworthy, but if somebody breaks your trust, you may handle it well on the outside, but inside you are going to be conspiring and thinking about how you're going to handle it. Okay, I'm just going to reveal to you, right now, that's how I am. I do not like confrontation. And if somebody does me wrong, I will try to be open. But yeah, I am kind of thinking in my mind how I'm going to either get away from this person or not have much to do with this person. I feel like I don't have time, and I will not confront them because not only do I not like confrontation, but I often think there's no point in it. Listen, if this is somebody I care about very much and then they did me dirty one time, I would confront them. Let's talk it out, and why did you do that? And that's out of character. But if I don't know somebody very well and they've betrayed me or whatever, well, I would just be quietly thinking to myself, I'm probably not going to become real close friends with this person. I'm Denise. What can I say? I'm Jill informed. I've been on every magazine cover you could ever imagine. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, maybe I misinterpreted this a little, because then he said, and you take your time to plot your revenge. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. Those kind of people, those like negative people or whatever, if you've done something to me, I just don't want you in my life anymore. I am not plotting how to get revenge on you. In Denise's confessional, she also said, I have never plotted revenge. Yet. But she did think the guy was pretty spot on and that he did a great job. Then he gets to Rinna and whatever the hell's rising in her moon. She tells it like it is. Everybody knows where they stand with her. And he said, even if you want to hide it, you can't. And she's like, I can't. I really can't. Just because he is accurately assessing your personality or whatever doesn't mean it's good. And in Rinna's case, I wouldn't want to own that one that much. Then he moves on to Garcelle, and he said, you're the only fire sign here, and you like to have fun. And everyone's like, woo! And he goes, but don't get me wrong. It could be very dangerous if somebody crosses you because you have a very strong opinion on what you believe to be right or wrong. And Garcelle goes, don't get me wrong. And next up is Dorit, who thought this was a pajama party. The closer I look at it, it's Louis Vuitton pajama pants and pajama top. She's got her hair in a little Louis Vuitton ribbon. You know what really is irking me? And this is my Virgo with Cancer rising in Gemini moon. No, I don't know about any of it. I'm a Virgo, but I don't know anything about anything else. If you guys want to do my chart, September 1st, born, I don't even know when I was born. It was around 6 a.m., I think. Anyway, what is driving my OCD insane is that the pajamas are predominantly black and white, and this scarf in her ponytail is like brown and orangey colored. It feels like such a clash to me. Listen, I completely defer to Dorit when it comes to fashion. So I am assuming it is spot on, head to freaking toe. I'm just saying there's something about it that's like bothering my eyes. Anyway, Dorit is a Cancer with her moon in Pisces and Libra rising. He said that for Dorit, when she does get upset, it's very difficult to reel her back in. It's almost like a tidal wave of emotion. Rinna, shut up, Rinna. I am feeling like defensive because, again, I can relate. But also, yours wasn't great. He basically just said everyone knows what you're thinking because you have no filter. I wouldn't be proud of that. What I love about this is that Dorit looks like she's going to cry. He's that spot on with her. I can tell because he said, if it looks like a meltdown, just let it happen because she doesn't care if you agree or disagree. She just wants to know that she's loved. Oh, you guys, Sutton is a Virgo. Of course she is. My sweet, sweet Sutton is also a Virgo. Oh, why do I think this is going to be really bad? So he says, well, Virgo is the teenage sign. And she goes, I love being a teenager. And the Virgo part of you is going to be opinionated. Say, why not? I'm sorry. Is there something opinionated about sitting here for hours giving my opinion about all of these ladies and what they should do and how they should act better? And does that make me opinionated? Maybe. So the Virgo part of her is going to be opinionated, but they will take things personally where they weren't intended. So I don't know if he means people she's interacting with. I think that's what he means. Oh, and that's all Sutton gets. Next up is Teddy. Teddy is Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Taurus Rising. Ooh. I'm kidding. I don't know what that means. So Teddy feels safer with one deep connection. In a group like this, he said, you would tend to gravitate toward one energy that you feel the most comfortable with. He said, and it would probably be somebody who has Earth in their chart. And Rinna goes, gee, I wonder who that could be. What was Kyle? I don't even remember. I don't need to know because Garcelle said, does Kyle have Earth? And he goes, yes, she's a Capricorn. Garcelle. Perfect. Well, this turns weird because Kyle's like, okay, good. See, now there's a reason for it. So you guys don't have to be like mad about it that she's closer to me. Everyone's like, what? Nobody's mad. Just like you weren't admitting it. Garcelle's like, why can't you just say I'm closer to Teddy? Because you are, and it's obvious to everybody here. Okay. Garcelle thinks that Kyle, she said, like, with me and my friends, we can throw shade at each other, but then we own it and we get over it. But Kyle just wants to be liked by everybody. So Teddy goes, oh, yeah, but you sleep in the same bed. You share each other's clothes. I mean, comments like that. And Dorit goes, didn't you have couples therapy last year? Did they? Kyle goes, what are you talking about? Erika goes, well, you guys had therapy together at your house. And Teddy goes, that was breathing exercises for anxiety. We didn't talk about our relationship with each other. And she starts laughing. And now Dorit's like, yeah, but your therapist, didn't you sit with your therapist? And Kyle's like, I had couples therapy? You guys have all f***ing lost your minds. Now Rinna goes, I thought you guys had group therapy and so did Erika. Then we get a flashback to the reunion 6 months earlier. And Andy asks Teddy, how do you help Kyle when she's spiraling? You sent her to your therapist? And she kind of laughed and she goes, yes, we have done that together. And then we see the clip and it was them both on the couch with the breathing exercises. Sutton goes, well, why does everybody care? That's what I want to know. Dorit, oh, wait a second. We haven't gotten to you and I, babe. Dorit tells her, we've got a lot to discuss. And Sutton's like, you need to zip it for 2 seconds. Now it's escalating. There's yelling. Somebody says you need to take it down a notch. Sutton's like, hey. Erika, hey, you're a guest in my home. Sutton goes, you're absolutely right. Then Erika says to Sean, thank you. Let me walk you out. So while Erika is walking Sean out, Garcelle said, what got you so upset? Sutton said, you know, Dorit, I actually really like you. When I met you, I said, I really like her. So for you to announce it to everyone, I didn't deserve that. Dorit's explanation is that they're not girlfriends yet. We're getting to know one another, Sutton. Oh, okay, so then that means she doesn't get to have what she said to you privately kept private? You have to announce it to the whole group because you're just getting to know each other? No, doesn't make sense. I think you know you're wrong, Dorit. Okay, so Dorit's thing is that she didn't know her well enough. That's why she didn't know if she was going to do something bad at her friend's daughter's event. Kyle's like, that's crazy. Why would you ever think something like that? Of course, we get a flashback to like Rinna breaking a wine glass on the table and throwing things. You know, typical housewife stuff. But then Rinna goes, why would you be so upset about this, Kyle? Because, of course, Rinna was, is being mama bear and she's very, very concerned that something could have happened at her daughter's event and that Dorit was just looking out for her or looking out for her daughters, which is dumb and not really what was going on, but whatever. Oh, something super interesting just got said. Kyle responded to Rinna and said, come on, she's new to the group. Rinna, Kyle, this was my daughter's launch party. And Kyle's like, but she didn't do anything, so don't act like she did. And Sutton said, I just think that a lot of the ladies don't want to get to know me. And Rinna goes, that's how you feel? And she goes, yeah. And then Garcelle said, I feel like I'm here, but nobody's really saying anything. I don't know if you guys are afraid or if you're not afraid, but I really feel like I've been trying to reach out to you, Kyle, and I feel like you just glaze right over me. In Garcelle's confessional, she said, maybe Kyle's just kind of like a surface person, I love your hair, I love your bag, you're fabulous, but maybe she doesn't really want to get to know me. And what Kyle says to her is, well, we haven't gotten a chance to know each other and you've been away a lot too, so. And then she goes, I think she's gorgeous, outspoken, and I adore her. It's almost exactly what Garcelle said you would say if you were just a surface person. Why do you adore her? If you haven't gotten to know her very well, why do you adore Garcelle? It's almost like we're back to that phony game that they played at Kyle's dinner party. So she says that, and Dorit goes, well, then why'd you glaze over her? Kyle, shut up, you fucking asshole. Garcelle's had enough. And Erika's favorite line of the night, I'll walk you out. So while Kyle is now fighting with Dorit, Erika's like, Garcelle, Denise, and Rinna are leaving. Yeah, nobody's paying attention. Back at the table, Kyle whispers to Sutton, they're all being so mean. Oh, in the car with Garcelle, Rinna, and Denise, Garcelle said, no, I don't need to be validated by her, but I just feel like she's ignoring me. And what she was wearing tonight was hideous. Okay, I didn't even mention this because I didn't think it was going to be like a big deal. But when she was getting dressed at home, she goes, honey, is this skirt too short? And it's like a black leather mini skirt, but it goes up on the sides, like where the seam is. It's not great. It isn't that I thought it was too short, but I mean, yeah, it was short. It's just that it wasn't Kyle's best look. Marisa goes, you look great, but yeah, it is too short because I'm not with you. Okay, good answer. He's so trained to say the right thing that he can even manage it when he's high as a kite. I'm kidding. I don't know that he was high. He was just wolfing down a sandwich. Okay, so Denise is like, I know, and I feel like Kyle talks at us. She doesn't listen when we're talking. And she's ragging on Kyle, and Garcelle is ragging on Kyle. And so they're laughing and having fun. All the while this is happening, my stomach hurts because, ladies, you have Lisa Rinna sitting in between you. Are you new here? Well, Garcelle is, but Denise, you were here last year. Do you not think that this is going to be relayed via extensive transcripts to Kyle? Because it will. Well, back at the table, Sutton is staying out of this, but it is definitely Erika and Dorit trying to tell Kyle that her relationship with Teddy, they all know that they're a package deal and they're very close, and you had a therapy session together. That's couples therapy. I don't know. That's debatable. But here's the bigger question. Who cares? But I don't think that Erika and Dorit are doing a good job of explaining what the issue is. I think, unless I don't understand it well enough, but I thought the issue was more about Kyle trying to deny that she has a closer connection to Teddy. And if it were me, I would just be like, yeah, I mean, we bonded immediately and we have a lot of the same interests and she's my bestie. Yeah, whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I'm not sure why Dorit and Erika care that they're closer, other than the fact that I think that they want at least to have them admit it. But why? Like, who cares? I don't know. I'm not sure. At one point, Kyle's like, what's wrong with that? Why is that weird? And Erika said, your relationship, that is strange. Your relationship with Teddy. And we all knew it. We knew you were a package deal. But like, your relationship with her is strange. And Kyle goes, why? Because you don't have a close girlfriend? Ouch. Erika goes, you are so out of line. I'm not even going to be insulted by something so wild like that. You just lucked out, Kyle. Teddy looks frightened. Let me just say that. Teddy's not even so much defending their close friendship anymore. Erika goes, and I actually do have good friends. And I actually consider you to be one of them. Maybe not after tonight. And that was the last word for this episode. Next week is going to be the fun house in Santa Barbara. Oh, good. It's so much fun this evening that they're going to spend the night together. I cannot wait. All right, thanks, guys. Please leave a comment. If you liked this recap, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. It would mean a lot to me. Please remember, when you leave the house, if you can't stay 6 feet apart, please wear a mask. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. We are not quite over this yet. I know you're tired of it. I am too. But until we are over this, we are just prolonging it by doing things like going out and exposing ourselves to other people. And remember, you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for people who are immune compromised, people who are older than you, have health issues. It is just a matter of being respectful to other people. All right, thank you guys. I'll be back next week with the next recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'll see you then. Bye.